Hi there! Here's the newly launched Realme C67 5G. It packs the punch with the all-new Dimensity 6100 Plus chipset, 120Hz refresh rate, 50 megapixel camera and a lot more. We don't have the price at the time of making this video, but I'm expecting this to be around 15K. So without further ado, let's quickly unbox it and see if this 5G phone you should pick or skip. Let's begin. So here's the retail packaging, C67 written in bold. At the back are some key specs. This is 6GB RAM, 128GB ROM variant. Alright, let's open it up. So right on the top is this box, which includes the SIM ejector pin, some paperwork, a dark semi-transparent TPU cover, really good quality. Here is the phone itself, a USB-C charging cable, and a 33-watt charging brick. Let's start with the built-in design. So the back and the frame are made of polycarbonate, yet feel very solid and sturdy. It has this line-like texture that changes slightly depending on the way the light hits it. It looks gorgeous. It also comes with a matte finish, so it doesn't attract any fingerprint or smudges. On the top is a 50 megapixel primary AI camera with 2 megapixel sensor for portraits. I just realized the back camera module actually looks like a face. 2 cameras and the flash at the bottom. It weighs 190 grams and is a little shy of 8 mm thin. Feels really nice and light to hold in the hand. At the bottom is a single down-firing speaker, a USB-C port, a microphone and a headphone jack. Power volume rockers on the side, and on the other side is the SIM tray that can house dual nano SIM cards and a dedicated slot for micro SD card that you can expand storage up to 1 TB. The power standby button also doubles as a fingerprint scanner and is quite fast and responsive. Works really well. The provided cover fits really nicely and snug. I highly recommend you use it to protect it against any accidental drops. Coming to the display. So it comes with a 6.72-inch LCD display with the full HD resolution of 2400 by 1080 pixels. The color reproduction is brilliant, vibrant and punchy. It comes with 120Hz adaptive refresh rate, which provides the much needed fluidity to the user experience. It's buttery smooth and adjusts depending on the apps you are using. Mostly noticeable when browsing a website or your favorite social media app. You can spot the 8 megapixel punch hole camera on the top for selfies. Realme claims 600 nits of brightness, and as you can see, it's nice and clear to use outdoors. Watching movies and videos is super fun, goes almost edge to edge and gives you a very immersive experience. Thanks to Widevine L1 certification, you can stream from apps like Netflix and Prime videos at full resolution. We also played 4K YouTube videos and it plays perfectly without any lag or stutter. Now we have a single down-firing speaker. Here's a quick demo. For a single speaker, it's decently loud and clear. There's no distortion even at full volume. I would have loved to see dual speakers here, but again, that's not a deal breaker. Also glad to see a headphone jack. It's always handy. Coming to the interface. So it's running Android 13 over Realme UI 4.0. It's overall very well optimized and responsive. But it's got way too many pre-installed apps and games. Just look at that. The only saving grace is that you can delete what you don't need. Just like this. And of course, you can also turn off hot apps and games from the settings. There you go, clean. Realme promises 3 years of security updates and 2 years of software updates, which is pretty much the industry norm for budget phones. Then the mini capsule returns. For those who don't know, it's basically a software feature just like the Dynamic Island, which uses the camera punch hole to provide more info such as battery charging. But recently, Realme has added more features such as weather, data usage and even your daily step status. It's a really nice touch. You can individually choose to turn on or off each feature, or you can completely turn it off from the settings if you find it as a hindrance. Coming to the performance. So it's powered by the all-new Dimensity 6100 Plus chipset. It's a 5G chipset, and without going into the details of the number of bands, it will support 5G across all network providers in India. Best part, on both SIMs. The unit we have came with 6GB LPDDR4X RAM with support for virtual RAM expansion by another 6GB, giving a total of 12GB of RAM. It helps launch apps almost instantly. Multitasking between apps is such a breeze. And even most recently used apps are still in memory, so they launch quicker. We ran some benchmarks starting with the Antutu and we got 4,14,000. In fact, almost 4,15,000, which is pretty impressive. This unit has 128 GB of storage and storage type is UFS 2.2. We ran the speed test for that as well and we got 517 MB read and 477 MB write. Again, pretty good. Then we briefly played BGMI and though it's not a hardcore gaming phone, it could handle it pretty well. In fact, I didn't notice any lag or drop frames at all. 45 frames easily even on BGMI. Also during our testing, it did heat up but not drastically hot. Easily playable. The Realme C67 5G is pretty solid for casual gaming. Coming to the battery. So we get a 5000 mAh battery, which too is kind of an industry norm nowadays, and it easily would last me a full day with heavy use. We get a 33 watt charging brick in the box, which takes about 90 minutes to fully charge, which is quite good, especially considering most budget phones nowadays are still coming with 10 or 18 watt chargers, which take a crazy amount of time to charge. Coming to the camera. So here are some pictures taken with the 50 megapixel rear camera. Thanks to HDR support, the images have impressive dynamic range. Color reproduction is also pretty good. It's not too vibrant, but still does a pretty good job. Here are some portrait shots, and that too of a moving cat. Looks so cool and cinematic. Here is a full HD 30 FPS video recorded handheld. There's no 4K video recording on this phone, but still full HD is also quite clear. Check that out. It maintains good amount of detail. Then here are some pictures taken from the front 8 megapixel camera. Good skin tones, clear images. Here are some portrait shots, though the highlights do get a little blown away in portrait shots, but still pretty good. Hi there. So here's a video recording from the front camera of the Realme C67. Now this is a full HD 30 FPS video. There's no 4K video recording here, which is fine. Also the audio that you're hearing right now is being recorded from the microphones of the phone. Alright, final thoughts. Well, it's hard to pass a judgment on a device which you don't have the price for. But if I had to guess, this phone should be priced somewhere between the 15K bracket. And it ticks everything for a good budget 5G phone. I only wish it came with lesser pre-installed apps or bloatware we like to call it. Luckily, we can delete all of them, so it's not really a con. It's going to be available in multiple colors and two variants, 4 plus 128 and 6 plus 128. You'll find the price, availability details and the purchase links below in the description. If you'd like to buy one, you should definitely check it out. So I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until next time, cheers.